Today we're going to talk about overloading, key squares, poison squares, all in one position. So this is a little bit complicated, but it's totally fine because we're going to keep on going over these topics, overloading, key squares, poison squares, as we continue to move out through our entire curriculum and continue to build your chess knowledge. If we look at this position, where we have these squares here, and also these four squares. Before we talked about in our chess rule video, these four squares of a d4, d5 being key squares, e4, e5 being key squares. Now we're going to move into a chess position where we're threatening checkmate on h7. We're threatening an attack on d7 to potentially win the game and win a position. So what happens if we move this pawn to here? Now we're attacking both of these pieces. If our opponent decides to capture here, we can just send our queen down for check, and then checkmate. So it's a really easy way to understand what's a key square, what's an overloaded square, and how we occupy it. Pause the video and see if you can figure it out. 3, 2, 1, and we're back. And previously we talked about these center squares as being key squares. Other key squares occur when we have a chess position that once we are able to gain a key square, once we're able to occupy or attack that key square, it allows us to win pretty much win the entire board. It allows us to occupy a winning position that's almost impossible for black to checkmate. So this square is the overloaded square where we're occupying and we're attacking those two pieces. And then, if the knight comes and attacks us, this square becomes poison because it leads to an attack here of h7, which is a poison square for black, but a key square for us. And we're able to checkmate our opponent because the rook is attacking this e file and preventing the king from running away. Does that make sense? We are going to continue going over overloading. We're going to continue going over key squares. We're going to continue going over poison squares throughout the chess curriculum. You can keep on watching this video for you to understand it, but we're going to keep on mentioning it so you can continue to move on if you can't quite grasp what we're talking about. And if you can't, leave a comment and I'll make another overloading video to make sure that we can clarify everything that we're talking about.